I'm a Vietnam veteran, so it's been quite a bit back in time. I served March 1969 through December 1971. And I came back from Vietnam Thanksgiving Day, 71, and then exited the service. 3rd of December was the official day of 1971, coming back from a year in Vietnam. And the U.S. Army was my branch. I didn't know how to pursue them on my own. I tried getting in touch with the VA, and I was very confused. They don't make it an easy process for you to even get into the thing. I did talk with someone else, and because of that, submitted a notice that I was going to apply for benefits, and there was no further. We had a small interview, and then there was no further contact from that company. So I dismissed them, never heard from them for 6 months, and I contacted you guys. Ad sounded like something I would talk to. I was more difficult to interview because of my previous experience of wasting my time for 6 months. That was a very, very good experience. It was obvious there were people who were very knowledgeable about what had to happen and what could be done. They talked to me for a while. I guess, I was reluctant. And God, it's been over 50 years now since I got out of the service, and I didn't think it was possible. I know there's things that have happened in my life that I hold that time period and myself responsible for, and I just wondered if there was something that could happen now, especially since I'm in a wheelchair, and get something to help us out a little bit. Now, again, I was very impressed. We set up for further interviews through quite an extensive interview process. It was helped to remember things that not always I wanted to remember, and got through a lot of that. I guess my impression, I'd say one of the real positives that resulted out of all of this was I was given a 70% disability by the VA strictly for PTSD. And I had always felt a huge impact on my life, my personality, my reaction to life in general of that 1 year in Vietnam and its overall effect on me. Went through a lot of things where you guys did your interview and then you submitted paperwork after I'd seen it, and I was surprised at the complexity of that paperwork. And I guess when I first saw the paperwork that was submitted for the first time, I gained some hope that this would have a positive outcome and not just some minimal thing. But I guess overall, now that it's done, and now that I've talked to a couple of doctors to better understand what I need to do and come to grips with the part of me that I've always understood to be affected in some way, now what to do about it. But there was a huge, my wife and I prayed one night a couple of months back now, and talked about things, how nice it would be to get this and see what happens and what all of that means. The next day, we got a notice from the VA that was granted a 70% of disability due to PTSD. The effect on our life has already been huge. The money is significant. It's not overwhelming by any means, but it adds a comfort level to our lives that we just didn't expect. I only can say thank you to you guys at Trajector for having that happen. Tremendous kudos to you.